So we're marching on as we do. Our ratings for the year 77, 87, and a 76. I screwed up and I can't get over it. I made the wrong decision trying to keep the goalies. I cost a certain depth and then got rid of the goalies anyway. We tried to get too fancy, and we paid for it. But we'll see where we're at this season. And to be honest, a year back isn't the worst thing in the world that could happen to us. You know? 1 year down, get a high draft pick, and then our goalie's ready to go in the future. It could work out. So Amrit Hodgson is the new starter this season. He is a promising young goaltender, at least. So Amrit Hodgson, your new number 30 in goal. And behind him, returning to the NHL, he had 8 games, apparently, last year out of desperation. The only 8 games he's ever played. But Emil Vincent. Emil. But Emil Vinny is here. His blonde eyebrows and all. He's ready to go. Damn, Dubas, you're on thin ice. Well, you know. On defense, I believe we are seeing the return of Harry Andrechuk. We have seen him before. On the wing, the debut of one Keaton Wilson, 24th overall last year. Hopefully a future star of this team. Keaton Wilson, he's got them crazy eyes. But Keaton Wilson is here and is hopefully going to be a star for us. Robert Landeskog is ready to actually make his NHL debut after all this time. Was drafted in 2026. But to take up a 4th line spot, Robert Landeskog is here and are ready to go. Heaton Keaton, son of Michael. From there, we've seen the likes of Dominguez and Barlow and company before. Hedberg and Summers are only 2 natural centers. Let's see just how badly I screwed up. We will never quite know how good we would have been had I taken the approach. I guess we're not going to have an AHL goalie coach this year. We'll never know. We'll never know how good this club would have been had I just taken the decision to, or had I made the decision, had I taken the direction of just not trying to keep the goalies for all of that money. But I was very attached to Elliot Anderson, and I wanted good things to happen. Let's see if we can just get one of these 2 randos who are not goalie coaches at all to actually end up being, have one of them as a goalie coach. It'd be pretty damn helpful, even if they're not technically great goalie coaches. Let's see what's up. Tyrone Carlson, though, 10 points in the preseason playing as a forward. That's not bad. Calvin Delzato actually did sign on as our goalie coach, which is awesome. I do have to optimize the scouting department, though. I did forget to do that. So let's set it up as we do. We need 2 scouts in the queue. Just can't believe I lost those forwards. Hedstrom especially. I have never been so upset about losing a 79 overall player. But this series has given us a different set of circumstances. All right, I'm going to switch you over to Arushka. I'm going to switch you over to the Arushka. And we have Ice, NLA, DEL, the Czech Extraliga. That's good. Beautiful. And Donnie, it's a hell of a song. We kick off our season against Dallas. I cannot shake the feeling that I've screwed up badly. It was keep the goaltenders, keep the depth. I kept neither. Let's see what happens this year. What are we going to keep? Neither. Let me really kick myself in the dick. I'm not falling for this hot start at all. No way. You don't fool me, game. I'm not getting excited yet. I'll see you in January. There's no way I'm getting hyped for how well this team's doing right now. No way. No way. Yeah, look at that. We're already bound to a losing record. I'm going to be so mad when I see Elliot Anderson's tore it up for another team, too. I fucked up. I just can't escape it. I have to whinge. I have to whine. I have to cry because I screwed up. I did. This team very much was a team where it's like, shit, any season now, we can win a cup. I had a great draft, but the rest of that offseason, I couldn't manage a target, Smoot. I can't be trusted to run a target at this rate. God damn. We're going to stop on January 1st, 2034, as we are a 500 hockey club, essentially. I mean, Bettman Point, a little bit different. We are only 5 points back of the New York Rangers. Let's take a look here. Starting goal. Emil Vinny has been great when he's played. I don't think I have auto-rotate on, but it was worth getting Hodgson a lot of games, in fairness. Pretty sure I did turn auto-rotate off for the playoffs. I did. Let's get that back on. So the goaltending hasn't been great. The defense. 11 points, plus 11 for Amir Cheng. Not bad. Ooh, Bear Piper stepping up. 26 points, plus 11. Robertson, 10 points even. 9 points, plus 1 for Fowler. And then Sutter and Andrew Chuck have actually done okay. So our defense is holding in there, despite bad goaltending. Philip Morrow is not significantly improving as a forward compared to how good he was as a defender. Edberg, not quite up to the snuff. And then Carlson, yeah. Carlson and Morrow aren't getting it done as forwards. Holt, 29 points. He had 92 last year. Jesus Christ, our offense has fallen off a cliff. Bowden, Sigalet even. Rintoul's looking okay. Summers, 15 goals for Keaton. I have to get Carlson and Morrow back on defense. I have to. Andrew Chuck could be sent down to the AHL. He is waiver eligible, though. So he'll be playing forward. Let's go best lines to get Morrow and Carlson back. We're going to swap probably Cheng for Sigalet. To get Sigalet back as a forward, we'll be leaving Robertson and Andrew Chuck on defense. So that fourth line of Barlow, Landeskog, Dominguez will still work out. Robertson and Andrew Chuck can be on the third pairing with somebody. There's no way to get positive chemistry. We got to reunite Hedberg and Sigalet. But apparently, There's no great way to do that. What if we go Bodens, Holtz, Rintoul, or Summers? Tough call here. Summers is a natural center, so maybe him having his own line will actually be pretty beneficial. Rintoul can take draws as well, but all these guys are left wings who can coincidentally take draws. Awkwardly, Andrechuk would be given a +1, but let's try it. Bodens, Rintoul, Holt, Wilson, Hedberg, Sigalet, Andrechuk, Summers, Robertson is the new go-to. And we'll go Morrow, Chang, Carlson, Piper, Sutter, Fowler on defense. So the defense looks a lot better. AHL, for the hell of it, Bayer has a 9-10. He's still a 75. Udis and Heinrich doing very well in the AHL, too. We got to rebound. It's a new year, new me. I'm done crying over spilt milk. You can't put it back in the bag if you're Canadian. And you can't put it back in the jug, bottle. Well, I don't know what the fuck you get your milk in nowadays. Yeah, we're going to be bad. We're going to be bad this year. I fucked up too much. We got rid of an elite goaltender who could really help bolster this team. We got rid of the offense. We're going to be bad. Being bad isn't inherently bad because we do have a young team and a higher draft pick could actually be pretty beneficial. So that is the positivity of this, is that yes, we're going to be bad. Our playoff form is finally going to end after a couple of years, but depending on the draft, I say that we've fucking won 5 in a row. 10-5 win over Tampa. Jesus, Marian Hossa. We'll list ourselves as buyers here because we are. 27, 26, and 10. How far out of the playoffs are we right now? We are 7 points back of the Devils. Robert Hedberg's offense is really kicked into effect, being reunited with Sigalet. Wilson only scored 4 goals, but he did get some assists. That third line's not working. That fourth line's not really working. You could argue it's a general sentiment just with where the team is now. Yeah, our goaltending's been shit. I think we just deal with it at this rate. I think we just deal with it. We accept what's coming to us off of our previous mistakes and try to make the best of it. Gavasha's not exactly loving life as a Duck. Who was it? Carolina for Anderson? Wow, Elliot Anderson is... Elliot, you want that $13 million still? Poor Elliot, man. Neither of us benefited from that Elliot Anderson trade. Again, sorry, we retained salary on him too. Damn. Maybe he would have been that bad for us anyway. I got no notification from Discord or Twitch. Yeah, Warrior, I figured that happened tonight, to be honest. I figured that happened. Whenever we get off to like a super slow start in terms of viewership at the start of a night, I'm like, okay, yeah, alerts didn't go out for some people. But yeah, we've been here, man. We've been here. Oh my God, we're in a playoff spot right now. We might actually make this playoff situation here. Takes 88 points to be in a wild card spot. With 5 games to go, we are 1 point behind the New Jersey Devils. 1. Holy shit. Hodgson and Vinny have started to figure it out. Byers still got a .915 in the AHL. He's now 20 years old. Morrow and Cheng hasn't necessarily worked, but every other pairing has. So I'm just going to swap the side they're on. Sigalet and Hedberg are amazing for one another. Wilson's only scored 4 goals, though, since he's been put on that line. Honestly, he and Andreychuk can be swapped. Get that +1. Wilson might fare better on that third line in terms of getting a little bit more offense because it's going to Hedberg and Sigalet. The New York Islanders, they're 4 points behind us. We have a game at hand. Can we beat them? 3-0 shutout. We are currently 1 point above the Devils. The 45-win Pacific Division leading Vegas Golden Knights. We lose 6-3. We are 1 point back of the Devils with 3 games to go. The 42-win Boston Bruins, who are currently in a wild card spot. This is a win that could save our chances of being a wild card team. Can we beat the Bruins? Yes, we can. We are 1 point behind the Devils with 2 games to go. It takes 89 points to be a wild card team. Can we beat the Calgary Flames? This might have been worst case scenario because we're not bad, but we might not make the playoffs on the final day of the season. 1 point above the Devils. Takes 90 points to be a wild card team. The Bruins are on 90 and haven't clinched. If we win, we are in. The Bruins' fate has not been determined. If we win, we're likely in, although the Panthers behind Columbus. The Panthers behind Columbus, so we're not guaranteed a spot, obviously, between the wild card and this. The Blue Jackets have won the division by tiebreaker over the Rangers. It comes down to this. Are we going to the playoffs yet again, despite all of the changes? First period, 1-1. Jaden Summers and Bolduc. I think that's Sam Bolduc. Second period, 3-1 Goons, Landeskog and Wilson. 20 minutes away from going back to the playoffs, despite all odds. OD Marchessault makes it a 1-goal game. Sillinger ties it. Because Endo said we're going to Washington. Holt scores. We're back up by 1. Can we hold on for 2 whole minutes? Can we hold on? That is the question. Can we hold on? That is the $1 million question here. Can we do it? Are we going back despite all of these ridiculous changes? Whew. Last thing I gotta do is go over to sliders. Just make sure the AI adjustments are good. That way I don't have to be hands-on for any of it. Even though we're in coach mode, I can just use it to skip replays. 1:59 on the clock.
From the neutral zone.
Can the Goons hold on? Wilson, Robertson blocked. Robertson still just wide of the post. Summers a chance. That's denied as well. Unlikely to be familiar with any of these Jackets at this stage. We're so far into this. 2034. Look at the pressure here. Space for Sanderson. Over for Orpik. Sillinger denied. The one Blue Jacket we are familiar with. Goddard blocked. Morrow to Robertson. Robertson looking. Holds up, nowhere to go. Holy fuck, it's so fast. Yep, that's NHL 23, especially when you play all the other NHL games leading up to it. It really showcases just how stupidly fast this game is. I hate it. I hate it, actually. I absolutely hate it. Like, it's fucking default sliders. Game speed's on a 3. Give me a 2. Fuck, give me a 2. Slow it down a smidge, fuck's sake. Mir Chang throws one on, blocker stop. We approach 1 minute to go. Win and we're in. Goddard gets crushed. Morrow for Wilson, the rookie. Back over for Chang. Hit at the line. Tough hit on Chang. Jackets pull the goalie. Sanderson scores! We gotta hope to at least get to overtime here. 20th goal of the year for Jeff Sanderson. Not that one. Line A on the ice for the Blue Jackets. Huge hit. Bodens for Rintoul. Loses it on the stick as Fehérváry does the stanky leg. Rintoul in front. Holt healed it. Piper for Carlson. Bowden scores! Ty Bodens. Woo. Oh my God.
Both teams are set.
All right. The building silenced perhaps a little bit. 27 seconds to go. Come on. Rintoul can't get the shot off. Holtz. 20 seconds. Rintoul gets it on goal. Lindback has to cover.
He's been busy tonight, Ray. And been good. A lot of times you get busy and worn down. I think that's why you jump on it.
Can we hold on for the win? Andrechuk, Hedberg, Sigalet. There's technically 4 defensemen on the ice right now. Face off 1. Carlson for Sigalet. Takes the hit. Haltonen. 10 seconds. He's held up. Sigalet turns it over to Patrick Laine, who gets crushed. McDermott glove save Hodgson with 2.4 to go. Jesus.
You can also check out the team store in the arena as well.
Empty net for the Blue Jackets. 2.3 on the clock. They've dominated the draw. Clean win. The Goons are playoff bound. How? How did we just make the playoffs? Oh my God. Somehow, some way, we bounce back. And we're going to the playoffs. Holy hell, dude. EA Sim Engine A1. Ty Bodens. Right as it looked like we would be bounced. Instead, Bodens is the hero. There are 2 things to note here. First and foremost, I would like to bring attention to the fan behind the Columbus goal who has a pretzel. Secondly, I would like to bring attention to the lack of either resources or give a shit that this game is still suffering from, because you might notice up in the rafters, they have the banners here in Columbus. Let's count how many are out of date. Let's count together. Vancouver, out of date. San Jose, arguably out of date because they don't use that much orange anymore. Coyotes are fine. The Kings, you can argue. The Oilers still have a rust color, so that's out of date. Calgary, Anaheim, very much out of date. Let's take a look. Dallas is good at least. Notice that there's no Seattle. You're right, the Coyotes is old because they went back to the Kachina. Right, you are. In the East, well, most of them are staying the same. Most of them. Oh, look! And then there's our old friends, the Florida Panthers. And there's the Ottawa Senators and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Which means you have not changed this fucking arena since 2015, if I'm not mistaken. If we go to the lovely sports logos from the one and the only Chris Creamer with sportslogos.net, we go to lovely sports logos. Hey, what are the odds? There's the Florida Panthers logo. We're going to click on that one. 2016-17 is when they changed their goddamn logo. Yet here it is in this game, unchanged. Holy shit. For anybody who still says that, oh, game changers, all they do is kiss ass, I give them shit publicly. I give them shit privately, because shit like this is unacceptable and a terrible, terrible look. You can argue the attention to detail everywhere, and look, I get it. It's banners above an arena that you never see. That's not the point. The lack of detail is the point, because it doesn't just start and end with old banners in an arena. That said, the Goon Fish of Trinidad and Tobago are on their way back to the playoffs against all odds. 40-win season with 10 overtime losses, and that was enough as we outlast the Devils by 3 points, and we will be taking on the New York Rangers in the playoffs this season. Unbelievable. Unfrickin' believable. As we finished with the 14th best record in the league, as St. Louis, as the 17th team overall, were the lowest ones to make it. We had a top 7 offense and a kind of high-end mid-table goals against average. If we take a look at the stats for the season, Robert Hedberg led the way with 76 points, 40 goals. He is the man. Gabriel Holt with 35 goals, 70 points. Bowden's, that 14th goal was huge. Great season for Rintoul. Great season for Keaton Wilson, 20 goals as a rookie. Nothing to scoff at. And then the fourth liners, Landeskog, Barlow, Dominguez, all actually did pretty damn well. Defensively, Alan Sigalet playing at forward had 64 points. Morrow and Carlson were much better suited, switching back to the blue line midway through the season. But all in all, pretty happy with what I'm seeing there. The goaltending If we kept Elliot Anderson and he played as we know he can play, I think we make the playoffs convincingly with Elliot Anderson. We were able to survive losing some of our forward depth, shockingly. But it's the goaltending that's the real concern. But Spencer Bayer is in the system. He will potentially be on an NHL roster as soon as next year. So we're looking forward to the future here, and who knows, maybe the future is already now, as we are playoff bound. It is Goonfish and Rangers in round number 1. Worth noting, the Butte Bruisers won 54 games, and they are back in the playoffs as well. So it is playoff time next time out for the Goonfish of Trinidad and Tobago. And fucking hell, that EA Discovery. How embarrassing.